Welcome back to the battlefield, everyone. Name's Warlord Adam, as you already know. Don't know why I keep doing that. Anyways, we're back to KatawaShoujo. Sorry, I keep forgetting I'm gonna have to read these. In fact, gates in general seem to do that, but this one especially so. Red bricks. Let's try and get English right this time. Black rot. Black iron and gray plaster assembled into a whole that didn't feel welcoming at all. I wonder if it looked like what a gate for a school should look like, but I couldn't really decide. Probably no. It's fancy. Of course, I didn't want to get stuck on thinking about the gate for too long, so I entered through it with a brisk pace and felt surprisingly good. Moving forward feels good. So I walked towards the main building of Yamaku Academy with a brisk pace. I'm alone, as my parents are taking my stuff to the dorms, and there's supposed to be someone waiting for me. The grounds are incredibly lush, filled with green. It doesn't feel like the kind of grounds a school would have. More like a park, with a clean walkway going past trees and the smell of fresh cut grass and all the other park-like things. Words like clean and hygienic pop into mind. It makes me shudder. I shake them off, stay open-minded now. It's your new life. You have to take it as it comes. That's what I tell myself, at least. A few big buildings loom behind the leafy canopies. Too big and too many for just a school. Everything seems off. It's different from what I thought I knew about schools. It's an uncanny valley. Even though I was told this is my new school, in the back of my head, it doesn't feel right. I wonder if the feeling is real or caused by my expectations of another school for the disabled. Good God, stop drooling. Speaking of that, I don't see anyone else here. It's kind of eerie. It makes me wish that there was someone here so I could anchor myself to do something tangible instead of having this feeling that I stepped into another dimension. The trees hum with the wind and the green hues flashing all around me to catch my attention. It makes me think about hospitals again. How they say that the operating rooms are painted green because green is a calming color. Bullcrap. So why am I feeling so anxious despite all this greenery? ... Only after I stand in front of the haughty main building. Holy crap, I can do that with... Anyways, I surprised myself by realizing why the gate bothered me. It was the last chance I had to turn back, even if I had no life I could return to. But still, after entering, there was absolutely no way I could go back anymore. Feeling nervous and with this realization set in my head, I opened the front door. A tall man with bad posture notices me as I enter. We're the only people in the lobby, so it's logical. Tall man, you must be... Niki? Nakai. So you are. Excellent. I am your homeroom teacher and science teacher. Good God. I need to do voices for these people. Hang on. So you are. Excellent. I am your homeroom and science teacher. My name is Muto. Welcome. We exchange a handshake that is neither firm nor sloppy, and he looks at his watch. The head nurse asked you for a brief check-in visit, but there's no time for that now. Oh, should I go later? I ask stupidly. Yes, afternoon is probably fine. We should get going and introduce you to the rest of the class. They're waiting already. Waiting for me? I don't really like this being the center of attention, but I guess it's inevitable in a situation like this. Somehow, not knowing what is waiting for me makes me feel really nervous. Good God, wake up, Adam. Thinking of this, I almost miss what the teacher is saying. Do you want to introduce yourself to the class? Reason these are checked, I've already played this game and I don't know how the crap to reset everything, so... Yeah, sure. Isn't that normal? Of course, but not everyone likes to be the center of attention. I'm probably one of those people, but I guess I wouldn't be the first one to give my first impression of myself. Right, but it's no problem. Sorry I skipped past that. My body's a little jumpy and I'm still tired for some reason. My heart is pounding in my chest and it keeps me thinking about my condition as I follow the teacher up the stairs. The third door down is the third floor corridor is marked, good God, I misread everything, as the classroom for class 3-3. Muto opens the door and enters. Good morning, everyone. Sorry I'm late again. I hesitate for a split second at the door, freezing on the spot. Ah, get a grip. This is a big step. I know that. But there isn't any point to worrying so much about it. At least not this soon. I follow the teacher into the classroom and look around. Partially so I won't have to meet the gazes of my new classmates. She's cute. So is she. It's pretty spacious. The ceiling is unusually high and there's lots of space left over around and in between the desks. An entire wall is taken up by blackboards and the high, old-fashioned windows that make it seem larger. The students' desks are just standard wooden desks with shelf underneath for books and wooden chairs with metal frames. Simple and efficient. I stop walking in front of the classroom and face the other students. They all look normal, like students from any other school, but then, why would they be here, of all places? They're probably like me and have something wrong with them, only it's just not immediately obvious. Then I notice one of the girls seems to be missing the thumb off of her right hand. It's a little jarring. Despite the natural tendency to listen when someone's talking about you, I tune out the teacher's speech halfway through while he introduces me to the class. I notice a flash of dark hair and see someone is looking at me. A girl with long, straight hair that is pretty eye-catching, as she seems to be son of a bitch. As she sees me looking back at her, she covers her face with her hands as if it will make her invisible. There's one boy with a cane leaning against the lockers of the rear of the class. It's weird to see someone so young with a cane. Another girl seems to be making some weird hand motions. Sign language? Question mark? For some reason I can't get a good thing out like that. She peers at me over the rims of her glasses, then goes back to whatever she's doing. She's kinda cute. So is the cheery-looking girl with pink hair sitting next to her. She's really hard to miss. I don't know how I didn't notice her the moment I walked in. Please welcome our newest classmate. He claps his hand and so does everyone else. Claps his hands and so does everyone else except one girl in the first row who only has one hand. I cringe a little but hide it by bowing in thanks for this applause and I did not deserve. A collective silence tells me I should open my mouth now. Yeah, you get what he's basically doing. Sorry, I keep skipping through these. I keep forgetting. Everyone seems to be satisfied even with what little I said, though a few girls are whispering to each other, throwing glances at me. It could have gone worse. No, it couldn't. I listen to the teacher as he drones on about getting along while letting my gaze sweep across the classroom. What's wrong with this guy? Is he just there for Hey, look, it's Ritsu. Wait, yeah, Ritsu from K-On! That's funny. Anyways, everyone seems to be listening to him intently and what he's done. They clap their hands again, which feels like a weird thing to do. The first row girl claps on this round with her one hand against her other wrist at the ends of the bandaged stump. Makes me feel a little bad. We're going to be doing some group work today, so that'll give you a chance to talk with everyone. Is that okay with you? Yeah, it's fun. Good God, I keep forgetting the voice. That's good. You can work with Hakamichi. She's the class representative. She can explain everything you might want to know, and who else would be able to do that better, right? How could I know? The teacher passes out the day's assignments and announces we will be working in groups of 3. It hits me that I don't know who Hakamichi is. Slow. The teacher seems to catch my helpless expression. Oh, right. Hakamichi is right there. Shizune Hakamichi. Shizune, whatever. As he calls out her name, the cute, bubbly-looking girl with the bright pink hair and gold eyes waves her hand at me. I take a seat next to her by the window. Hey, I guess you're Hakamichi, right? It's nice to meet you. Ha 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 ha. Good God, something tells me I'm never going to be able to do a voice for her. What? I'm caught off guard by her laughter. It's nice to meet you too, but I'm not Hakamichi. I'm Misha. This is Hakamichi. Shi-chan? Good God. Giggling, Misha points to the girl next to her, the one I saw using sign language before. It looks like she has been staring at me this whole time. She nods once nonchalantly to show that she acknowledges my presence, but only barely. My nose! She has short yet carefully, neatly brushed hair. Don't know why you needed both of those. A pair of oval-shaped glasses balanced on the tip of a dainty nose, and dark blue eyes that seem to alternate every few seconds between analytical and slightly bored. It's nice to meet you. Blank. She immediately looks at Misha, who smiles and makes a few quick gestures with her hands. Hakamichi nods and makes a few gestures of her own. I'm starting to wonder if the teacher was messing with me, saying things like you'll be able to talk to people, and who better to explain things to you. I can see you're a little confused, right? Right? But I understand why you would think I was Shi-chan. Shi-chan is deaf, so I'm the person who translates things back and forth for her. Good God, Misha. I'm like an interpreter. She says it's nice to meet you too. Something sign languagey? You're the new student, aren't you? Well, Shi-chan, of course he is. If he wasn't, he wouldn't have been standing up there for no reason, right? Right. He seems like an interesting person, doesn't he? I don't even think she's asking these questions anymore. I think she's just yelling these. We knew there was going to be a new student, but we didn't know you would be here today so soon. He-chan? Dude, just say my name. He-chan? Yep, it fits, doesn't it? Did I say it out loud? It's just a surprise. I've never liked that nickname. I don't really see how. It fits. You look just like I imagined. For better or worse. Ha 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 ha. You look just like a Hik-chan. Really? I wonder why everyone seems to think so. More sign language. Hakamichi taps her fingers on the desk to get Misha's attention. They gesture back and forth to each other excitedly, their hands a blur. Misha seems to be a little overwhelmed. Ah ha ha ha. Sorry about that. Shi-chan wants you to know that she's the class rep, so if there's anything you need to know, you can feel free to ask her. Do you like the school so far? We can show you around a little if you haven't had the time to walk around and familiarize yourself with it. Misha stumbles with the hard word a bit, making it stick out in her otherwise fluid translation. Thanks. That would be pretty helpful. Yeah, I just kinda came straight to the class today. More sign language. More of her laughing. I'm glad this thing does not have sound effects. That's no good. You should always try and learn as much as you can about where you're going before you go there. Not just with the school, either. Always. Even if it's a trip to the convenience store. Really, Shi-chan? More laughing. Learn about where you're going. I guess I didn't bother to do that, or just didn't care enough to do so. Lazy? I didn't look forward to this, even if I committed to myself to go along with it half-assedly. But anyways, I don't say anything, and Misha signs something that ends in a shrug. What was that? It seems like it was about me. I feel like slumping over in my seat. Both of them are smiling, but that shrug hit me unexpectedly deeply. You look down. Are you okay? Don't take it the wrong way, please. I hate it when people are afraid to ask questions. That's how people learn things, by asking. Oh crap, hang on. There we go. Asking for help is perfectly normal, as much as needing help. Stop looking like you just failed a test. More laughing, and I'm pretty sure that's a billow. Alright. Ah, and another thing. You don't have to call Shi-chan something so formal like Hakamichi or class rep all the time. Just call her Shi-chan. Shi-chan. Oh, apparently Misha made her blush. Okay, maybe that's too personal. Maybe Shizune would be more appropriate. Yep, Shizune is fine. Okay, that would be a lot easier for me. I feel a lot more at ease. Both of them are so friendly, so I feel like an idiot for being so apprehensive earlier. Especially about Shizune, who I assumed would be all business. Well, she still seems like that. Just less so, I guess. Something with an exclamation mark at the end? Huh? Oh, right, we haven't even touched the assignment. We should start work now, or Shi-chan will get mad. The assignment is also kind of long. Should we start now, even if we want to finish it before the end of class? More billowing? That too. Shizune glares at the two of us impatiently. I don't need to know sign language to understand. Okay, I get the message. After class, we can take a walk around the grounds together. It's a nice day today, okay? I don't think I can do a voice for her. I mean, sign language is pretty hard to make something for, and I'm never doing her. Others can get my respect for that. The assignment is actually very challenging to get through, combining aspects of both being difficult and unnecessarily long. Still, we finished a few minutes earlier than everyone else in class. Despite our late start, Shizune and Misha are really capable. They're quite different, though. The class rep is as calm and professional as she looks, while Misha is a lot more playful and girlish, not to mention a little more easily distracted. ADHD. To be honest, the two of them did most of the work. I feel guilty about that. The clock tower bells ring, signaling the end of the period. Time for lunch. Ooh, that's a nice painting. Question mark? Without knowing what else to do, I follow Misha, who is beckoning me into the hallway and down the stairs. We descend even below the lobby where I met the teacher. Since I'm not pronouncing that name right, I'm pretty damn sure. Down to the bottom floor. Just like everything in this school, the cafeteria seems too spacious and oddly modern in contrast for the classic exterior. Its big windows open to the courtyard towards the main gate. Where's my coffee? Hang on, I'm getting a coffee. Ah, there we go. Anyways, it's the cafeteria. Her enthusiastic statement of the obvious makes people around us stare. But Misha doesn't seem to care, so we proceed down to the line. There's a rather long list of menu options, which seems great until I realize that many of them are to accommodate students who need special diets. How nice. It almost feels like I'm back at the hospital, eating portions measured with scientific precision to meet the needs of the patients. I pick something at random and follow Shizune to a table sitting opposite of her. As I nibble indifferently at the food I'd rather not eat, Misha pokes me in the side to get my attention and points to Shizune. I don't understand sign language, so the point escapes me. Maybe looking at the person who talks to you is proper and polite. Do you want to know something? What? About anything. We're your guides, so you should ask if there is something. I wonder. I'm more of a reader, actually. Oh yeah, is there a library in the school? Lately I've gotten into reading a lot, so I'd like to check it out. Misha gives a kind of frown that makes it clear she doesn't consider reading a healthy hobby, but then picks up her smile again. There is! It's in the second floor. We can show it to you sometime. Thanks. I return to my food while the girls talk between themselves. Misha and Shizune sign back and forth very animatedly, throwing sideways glances at me, but Misha refrains from translating. Maybe they are talking about secret girl stuff or something. Shocking. I quickly notice the conversation and sign is not enough to fill the silence. We arrive in the classroom early, but we're not the first. The dark-haired girl I noticed before is slumped over her desk at the last row. She jumps a little when Misha crashes into the room with an elegance of a rhino. She shrinks deeper into her seat, and I can feel her tension all the way from here, as if she were slowly turning into stone just from our presence. Misha and Shizune either don't notice or don't mind it, as they walk directly past her to their seats and begin to converse. I'm left wondering about her even when the classroom slowly fills with other students, and finally, the teacher. Getting into the rhythm of school feels strange, as if my brain remembers how this is done, but my body doesn't. Towards the end of the class, I start yawning, counting the minutes left. Son of a bitch, stop yawning. Both me and him. Yawns are contagious, you know. I shouldn't be this tired on my first day of school. Maybe it's the long time I spent in the hospital that made me like this. I'm even feeling physically weak and lifeless. Bing, bong, bing. Oh, wait, yep. Before long, the final bell rings. School is finally over for the day. Beside me, Misha and Shizune are having a short conversation. After a bit of deliberation, Misha turns to me. More sign language. Unfortunately, we can't stay and show you around today, Hik-chan. We've got to hurry already since there's a lot of work left for us to do. You'll find your way around here, I'm sure of it. Ah, wait! The teacher said I'd have to see the nurse. Where do I have to go? Is that so? We can at least show you that much. Come on, the nurses have their own building, so we have to go outside. We join the flow of students making their way down the stairwell, and outside, with the girls pointing out senior classrooms in the same hallway as ours. When we get outside, the girls make sure to make their way to the smaller building right next to the school. Good God, please wake up, Adam. It's built in the same style, so it looks so it looks actually like a part of the main building. This is the auxiliary building here. There's a lot of official and important stuff inside, like Yamaku Foundation office and all the nurses' office. They even have a swimming pool. Good God. How is that official? Shizune. Don't be silly, Hik-chan. It's for physical therapy, of course. Anyways, all the nursing staff facilities are in there too. The head nurse's office is on the first floor. You'll be fine from here, right? We'll be going then. See you tomorrow. Yeah, thanks. Bye. A whole building for stuff that has nothing to do with the actual education? I guess it's necessary for a place like this. I walk in, hoping that this will really be only a quick visit like the teacher said. On a white door, on the left is green with the text head nurse and a nameplate. You don't read the nameplate, really? Dang it, no, not you. A voice from inside responds to my knock. A voice from inside responds to my knock almost immediately, but I can't quite make it out. It sounded like a bit of an invitation to open the door, so I invite myself in further. The room is not large and it smells strange. A friendly-looking man turns his office chair around to face me as I enter. His desk is neat and tidy, but the bin under the table is flowing with used medical utensils, and there are at least a dozen coffee cup rings littered on the desk. Ha! Hello there. What can I do for you today? He's young-looking and sort of rugged, but the dimples on his cheek wash that impression away when he smiles. Are you the nurse? He smiles like a person who has heard this very same question hundreds of times. Why, yes I am. It says so on the door now. You can call me by my name or just the nurse, like everyone else does. Of course. I shake off my confusion, realizing I probably should grab his extended hand. His handshake is rather firm and friendly. Right. I'm a new student and my homeroom teacher told me to come and meet you. My name is Hisao Nikai. Nikai, whatever. His eyes light up with revelation and he snaps his fingers. Oh, you're that, Nikai. I was just reading your file this morning. Some kind of chronic arrhythmia and related to congenital heart muscle deficiency, right? He gestures at me to sit down in a vacant armchair in front of his desk. Yeah. Good. Well, you've probably been briefed about the school enough today, so I'll just go over this quickly. We have all kinds of facilities available, mostly physical therapy and such. There's always someone from my staff around, even at night, so never hesitate to call us if there is a problem. The famous 24-hour nursing staff, only available at this select hospital. Wow, this is like a hospital. Well, not exactly. For instance, we don't do brain surgery here. His joke feels so out of place, I'm left thinking why I even said it. Yeah, just that it's really weird to have so many medical people at a school. You'll get used to it. I'm not sure of that myself, but I don't let the nurse know that. Now, let me find your file again. While he searches for something from his computer and shuffles stacks of papers around, I let my gaze wander around the room. Damn it, coffee, wake me up soon. It's the epitome of generic, I'd like to say. Beige walls and ceiling, dark gray laminate flooring, and all the equipment you'd expect except from a school nurse's office. Even the ridiculous educational posters are hanging from on all four walls, reminding me to eat properly 3 times a day from all the food groups. Smiling, the nurse draws a thick file from a stack of similarly thick files and opens it. So, you already have medication for the arrhythmia. Just remember to take your pills every morning and evening, or it won't help much. Apart from that, do you do any sports? Rash stuff like, I don't know, boxing? He grins at his own joke, but I don't. Well, I played soccer occasionally with some classmates. Alright, I'm afraid I'm going to have to recommend you to refrain from doing that, at least for the time being. Your advice in the future does not help me, you know. Oh? My lack of reaction makes him raise an eyebrow, but really, I'm not too bothered by him forbidding me to kick a ball around. Good God, Adam, read. I guess I never did it out of burning passion for the sport, just to have something to do. Any kind of concussion might be very dangerous to your heart, and risking another heart attack is not a good idea. Was the previous one caused by a sudden concussion to the chest area? There is no mention of the cause in your papers. Not exactly. I sidestep the question acceptantly, and he glances at me over his papers with a serious expression on his face. Still, you need to keep your body healthy, and some exercise would do you good. We have physical therapy and such available, as I said, but I don't think you really need to have such heavy measures. Just get some light exercise regularly. Brisk walks or even light jogging, jump rope, that sort of thing. Swimming, maybe? There's a pool here. So I was told. You were? Very good. At any rate, I'm sure you would have been told this before. You just need to take care not to overexert yourself. He wags his finger to emphasize the point. No need, really. I've heard this 1,000 times already. Absolutely no unnecessary risks. Oh God, that serious face now. Take care of yourself. Okay. He goes over my papers one more time and sets them on his desk, obviously content. Good, that's it then. Come meet me if you ever need something. I'm ushered out before I even realize it. A quick visit, indeed. That felt like for frickin' ever. I ended up standing in front of the main building and auxiliary building, although, to my eyes, they still look like one and the same. It's the first real look I get at the other students, so I watch people coming out of the school going towards the gate or the dorms. Everyone seems to know where they're going. And I still keep thinking that, good God, go away. Most of them don't look too special for being students at a special school. Then again, neither do I. Does that make me one of them? One of us? I should go somewhere too, to prevent me from getting lost. It's around dinner time, but I feel tired instead of hungry. The weariness in me only grows as I trudge towards the dorms, set a little way apart from the main building complex. There is a garden of sorts between the school and the dorms, shrubbery, flowers that are overbearing smell, of fresh-cut grass that fills the atmosphere. It dawns on my tired mind that the smell feels novel because I haven't been outside at all for so long. The dorm building is big and made of red brick like all the others. It feels way too pompous for what it is, so I push forward going inside. Well, that's a nice piece of art. It takes more time than necessary to fish out the keys I was given from my pocket. Room 119. Despite the ornate exterior, the inside of the dorm is fairly new, functional, and boring. Just like in the main building, the halls and doors were wide to accommodate wheelchairs. The same goes for elevators at the ends of hallways. I poke my head around the corner of the common room. Inside, a few students are watching television. One nods and gives a quick hello before turning back to the TV. Wow. Seems that only the girls around here are sociable. I guess that's perfectly fine with me. Yeah! Come on, be a playa. Come on, just be a playa. Climb the stairs to the upper floor. Here, small corridors branch off from the main hallway. Each of these minor halls seems to have a toilet and shower, as well as 4 rooms. The coffee is not doing me any good, guys. I'm sorry. About halfway down the hall, I spy room 119. The nameplates on the rooms adjacent to mine are blank. I guess there are 2 of us here. Light shines from below the door of a room 117, so I knock lightly. Hello, is anyone home? From inside I hear movement, and then the clicking of way more locks than I thought these doors had. After a moment, the door squeaks open. A bespectacled boy is standing in the doorway. He is looking at me very intently through his extremely thick glasses, and this is where I'm going to have to stop. Sorry that we didn't continue his story, but I ran out of time. So if you liked this, why am I about to do a Jacksepticeye outro? If you liked it, leave a like, favorite, comment, subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you next time on the battlefield. Bye, everyone.